Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at the global cues from last night. Now, the USA employment growth continues to be a challenge, and there's been a huge surge in the COVID-19 cases. That's what's knocked the benchmark off their record highs yesterday. The Dow slid 150 points or 0.5%. The S&P pulled back around 0.2%. The Nasdaq was the only index that rose to a fresh record high, up 0.5%. So it seems the technology trade is picking up pace again, and particularly those high growth names we used to see very early on in the pandemic. Now, what's interesting is the Republican and Democrat leaders said Congress is trying to strike a new deal on the COVID-19 aid. We could be seeing that $900 billion stimulus kicking in soon, possibly as early as this week. Traders sold value stocks in favor of high-flying growth names, so that rotation is now once again taking place. The iShares Russell 1000 Value ETF dipped 0.6%, whereas the iShares Russell 1000 Growth ETF advanced 0.4%. Now let's take a look at Asia this morning. It's a bit mixed, but Asia is also taking a bit of a breather given that US futures are currently still 65 points down. That's Dow I'm talking about, after yesterday's 150-point fall. So Japan's Nikkei fell 0.5%, the Topix fell 0.3%, the Kospi declined 0.2%. There's Australia ASX 200 reversed earlier losses but still up just around 0.1%. So Asia definitely looking a bit weak this morning. And yesterday, Europe was obviously in the limelight as the UK and the EU are making last efforts to reach a post-Brexit trade deal this week. The Stoxx 600 closed 0.3% lower. All your major sectors finished the day in negative territory. UK banks and homebuilder stocks were under pressure on the index. The sterling pound was down nearly 1% against the dollar. And London's FTSE was up 0.1%, bucking the trend, the only index that was really doing that yesterday. We then have two commodities to check on, oil and gold. Heightened tensions between the US and China, as well as rising coronavirus cases, have hurt the outlook for oil. Brent crude fell 46 cents to settle at $48.79 per barrel. US WTI crude settled 50 cents lower, or 1.08% lower, at $45.76 per barrel. Gold gained 1% to a two-week high. Talks of fresh stimulus boosted the outlook for gold prices, possibly. Spot gold prices were 1.3% higher at $1,860 per ounce. They also touched their highest point since November 23rd, yesterday, I believe. And then US gold futures were up 1.4% at $1,866 per ounce. So let's see, SGX Nifty showing a slight down ticket open today, but if there's any change in the futures, that might change our trajectory as well.